I ain't got no favorites here. Just to let y'all know, there is no favorites. So, yeah. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty, and we're here for my first review ever of Marriage Boot Camp, and this time it's the hip-hop edition with the Love and Hip Hop All-Stars. I was very excited about this particular installment of Marriage Boot Camp. Now, I've watched Marriage Boot Camp on and off here and there every other season. Never watched it enough to do a review on it. But when I saw that all these couples that I am very familiar with was going to be on the show, I said, you know what, it's going to be just like reviewing Love and Hip Hop. Let me go ahead and go into different waters and give my viewers another review, because I'm sure most of them will probably be watching Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all said that y'all wanted me to review it, so we gonna get right on into it. So we open up with Tammy and Waka. Y'all know, if y'all ever looked at my Love and Hip Hop reviews, I have never in my life ever liked Tammy. I do not like Tammy. But her and Waka showed up first. Then next thing you know, Lil Mo and her husband pops up, and that's exactly who, you know, Tammy referred to him as, Lil Mo and her husband. And he was like, we keep on fucking up the man's name. The man's name is Dynamite. And she was like, well, I know Lil Mo because I was a fan. And you know, at one point in time, I was a big fan of Lil Mo's too. I mean, I got the Based on a True Story album. I got the Meet the Girl Next Door album. I got the Pain and Paper album. I got the P.S. I Love Me album. And I also have that bullshit, the Scarlet Letter that she put out a couple of years ago. But you know, R&B Divas really shut me off to her ass. You already know that, right? Yeah. So then, next thing you know, we see somebody else pull up, and don't nobody know who the fuck she is. Y'all don't know who she is? Tiffany. Ellen DeGeneres, aka Monique's girlfriend's best friend. You know, the one that was pressed about Monique, and now she turned around and talked to her baby daddy. Yeah, that one. And she pops up out of the blue and no one knows who the fuck she is. Quite fitting, huh? Yeah. Then Jessica Dime and Sean pull up. You know, Jessica Dime Peace, you know, disrespecting these hoes. She pulls up. And you know, everybody looking at Tiffany like, okay, is Fizz gonna show up? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna pop up in this bitch? And she said, I would hope so. I asked him to come and blah, 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 blah. So they all go in the house, and it's a VIP section. They got these different type of wines and different type of liquor bottles, and they got different types of names on it in regards to their relationships. And you know, next thing you know, that's when Lil Fizz pops up. Now, Lil Fizz does not want to be called Lil Fizz anymore. He wants to be known as Drew. Drew is his real name, and I understand he's not Lil Fizz anymore. That's his B2K name. He's a 30-something-year-old man, and he wants to be, you know, addressed as such. So I do understand that. So he walks into the building, and Tiffany is happy. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany is glad that he's here, and yada, yada, yada. Next thing you know, Nia and Soulja Boy pops up in the same damn vicinity, and it's pretty much revealed that, of course, you know, Nia also dated Lil Fizz at one point in time. You know what I mean? And, you know, everybody knew that. You know, it just wasn't shown on Love and Hip Hop, but everybody knew that she dated him at one point, because, you know, Monique put it out there that they dated, and they were best friends when they dated. So, you know, it really wasn't an issue. So after they all sit down and they're getting acquainted, because, you know, Jessica and Tammy, they know each other already. You know, Waka and Sean, they already know each other. You know, all these people probably mainly already know each other from some point or whatever. And, you know, next thing you know, we get the two folks, the host of the show, and then we get Judge Lee and Tola. Now, the VIP room is done. We done being in VIP. Now, it's time to get to what's really going on, what's really popping, and what we really need to work on. You know what I mean? So we started with Lil Mo and Karl. They're the first ones up there. Lil Mo feels like she was the best thing that ever happened to Karl. You know what I mean? Karl didn't have nothing until, you know what I'm saying, she took him up, and his life leveled up when she came along. So at this point, it's kind of like an Ike and Tina syndrome, you know what I'm saying? You're this little known boxer that nobody really knows about, and you get with this chick Lil Mo had a little bit of moderate success. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't a big R&B superstar, but she's had a little bit of moderate success over the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? She was hip-hop's hook girl. She worked with some of the greats, Ja Rule, Missy Elliott, you know, a lot of people that we all know and love. She sung hooks on a lot of our favorite songs. So everyone knows Lil Mo, despite the fact that her attitude and her behavior and her personality is fucking deplorable. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Everybody knows who Lil Mo is. You know what I mean? Everybody knows her. And nobody really knew him. So even with her saying he was really, in so many words, he was really nothing until he met me is a lot. And that's probably why he does the things he does. He seeks, he goes and he seeks refuge from other women. He uses his Twitter thumbs and he goes and look for other women and all of that stuff. That's what he does because he wants to feel equal. He wants to feel wanted. So in a sense, he probably goes out to other bitches to feel equal. Nobody knows these bitches just like nobody really knew him. So in order for him to feel better about himself, he goes to the next bitch to make himself feel better. That's the dynamic that was created when he got with her. Now that he's with her, he has access to other bitches. You know what I mean? And it ain't right because at the end of the day, Lil Mo pretty much left her husband to be with you. And on top of that, she ain't cheating on you. She pretty much loyal to your ass at this point. Like, you've been caught in scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. And it's one, just like Nia said, it's one thing that the bitches are inboxing us, telling us what's going on with you and them. But when they come with the receipts, it's a whole different story. You know what I mean? So it's one thing for a bitch to come to me, but a bitch with receipts is the most hurtful thing to come. So they hit it on the head with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I totally understood where they were coming from when they said that. Jessica Dime and Sean, okay? Now they come up and you know, it's not really that big of an issue. It's just that he doesn't want to get married to her until he knows that she's going to change her ways. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, where you think we from? We from South Memphis or West, was it South or West Memphis? It's one of them. You know what I'm saying? We from the hood. This is how I was. You knew how I was when I met you and yada, yada, yada. But Sean's whole thing is, just because we from the hood, it don't mean we got to act like we from the hood. Like, in his stance, he wants her to show a little bit of growth. You know what I'm saying? And you are a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? I come from the hood. So it's kind of, in a sense. So it's kind of like you are a product of your environment. So it's kind of like you only act by what you've already seen and what you already know. And all she knows is South Memphis. That's where she from. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude she took with it when she came to be who she is today. You know what I'm saying? But Sean came from the same place and he's mellowed down. He probably used to be real hood, probably used to be a dope boy, probably used to be in the wrong places at the wrong time, probably used to fight, probably carry guns. If he came from that same environment that she did, but he grew the fuck up and showed a little bit of growth and wanted to be better. And I think that's what he wants from Jessica Dime, but she don't see it that way. She's still stuck and set in her ways. You know, she's an Aquarius like me. We are set in our motherfucking ways. We are stubborn as a motherfucker, and we ain't trying to hear or see nothing you got to say. I get it. She's an Aquarius just like me. She's set in her ways. Now, Nia and Soulja Boy. Now, this is the one couple that pisses me off the fucking most, okay? Like, for years, since we met Nia on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, I've always felt that she was a beautiful girl, no matter, contrary to what people believe. Because people so quick to talk about her teeth and all of that stuff. And look, I got fucked up teeth, and when I get done with this motherfucking review, I'm calling the dentist, honey. That has been in the plan all motherfucking day. Okay? But besides that, she is a beautiful girl. I think she has a great personality. And I just think that she is too good for Soulja Boy and the shit that he puts her through. Like, all he's ever done was embarrass her. He's called her hoes, threatened to kill her, has bitch after bitch. Bitches come on the show disrespecting her. All types of stuff. And he don't think there's anything wrong with that. And because she's been dealing with it for so long, it's like she just accepts it and she moves on. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker can go out and sleep with anybody he wants to, but she's still gonna be that way. And she got a child. She got her own daughter that's not even by him. She got her own kid by another man. And she's basically putting that same type of energy onto her daughter by constantly taking this no good ass nigga back. You know what I'm saying? And even while they standing up there in front of the judge, he's not getting it. He's not trying to understand where the fuck she's coming from, and she's sitting there crying. And it's the same shit that's been going on forever so often. And it's like, when does the light bulb come the fuck on? Because, Soulja Boy, you're not that much older than me. Like, I'm going to be 30 in about 2 or 3 weeks. That's how old I'm going to be. I'm going to be fucking 30. You're already in your 30s. So I feel like at this point, you should understand where the fuck the girl coming from. Like, y'all are not getting any younger. Y'all are getting older, and she got a child. And you claim that you love her and that you want to be with her, but you don't want to hear what the fuck you've been doing. You're fucking her up mentally. And it shows when you sit up there in front of that judge and you make her cry like that. She feels like she's in a cage. You're free to do whatever the fuck you want to do, but she can't do what the fuck she wants to do. She can't go out with her motherfucking friends, but you can go out with your niggas and do whatever the fuck you feel. You go out with your niggas, fuck other bitches and do whatever, but if she want to put on a skin tight dress and go out with her homegirls, you got a problem with that. Mental abuse. Emotional abuse. How would I know? I seen my mama go through with it. My ex-stepfather could go out and do whatever he wanted to do. When he would go out, ain't no telling what he was doing or who he was doing. And he'll leave for hours at a time. Don't tell nobody where he going. He can say he going to the supermarket and he'll be gone for 3 hours. If I go to Walmart, I don't be gone for no more than 30 minutes, okay? So, what the fuck you getting out the supermarket for 3 hours? And you come back with no bags of groceries? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if my mama wanted to go somewhere, he had a problem with it. My mama goes out way more now than she ever has over the last couple of years. And I've encouraged that. Like, I was trying to encourage that when she was with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, mama, you got a life. Most of my childhood, my mama has always been at home. Always sitting at home. Worried about us. Always watching us. Girl, go out and live your life. We good. My little brother is good. Me and my sister got him. You go on out and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And now she goes out with her friends now. You know what I'm saying? It took her a long time to do that, but that's what she does now. So that's emotional abuse and that's mental abuse, girl. You allowing him to fuck with you mentally. Like, he's telling you what you're doing is wrong, but he's out doing the same thing. Nah. And he don't want to hear that. He's a mental abuser. That's what he is. Fizz and Tiffany. Out the gate, like I said, he don't want to be called Fizz. He want to be called Drew. He a grown-ass man. He want to be known as Drew. He feels like the communication is off because all she wants to do is fight. But she feels like most of the issues in their relationship has a lot to do with his baby mama Moniece. That's where it comes from. But watching the show, it's like, Tiffany, you were the one that was disrespectful to his baby mama. You didn't give a fuck that it was his baby mama. You didn't care that her whole thing was, if you're gonna be around my son, you need to respect me. But you didn't want to respect her because you already got your own issues with her. You already don't like her, so that's why you didn't want to respect her. And I do understand Fizz. I bet. I'm the type of person that's like, if we're gonna talk about some issues or whatever, we need to talk about them. But I don't want to yell. I don't want to scream. I don't want to get loud. I want to talk about this calmly. And when a person gets loud with me and start yelling at me, I completely shut the fuck down. The conversation is over. I will shut down on you in a minute. Like, I won't say nothing else. Once you yell and scream at me and curse at me, I'm done. I ain't talking about it no more. And people, from friends to family members to men that I've been in relationships with, they hate it when I do that. But I hate the arguing and confrontation. Like, I'm not comfortable with that. And when people, like, when I want to confront a situation, I try to handle it with a lot of grace. But when you start yelling and screaming and all of that rah, 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 rah shit, I can't take it. It's too much. I can't take it. Can't take that shit. Period. Waka. Now we already know that Waka has had a lot of infidelity issues in the past, and Tammy has made ignorant ass statements about women who don't take their man back when he cheat. But that's neither here nor there. He feels like she's holding on to the past and he's only human. She feels like she doesn't trust him because of what he's done. In a sense, I get it on both ends. But Waka's saying that he's trying to change, but you're not trying to see that he's trying to change. Tammy says that you've done a lot of things to her in the past. You've humiliated her in the past. So with that being said, her trust level is not going to be the same. It's going to be fucked up regardless. Like, it's not going to be what it normally is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, when you do a lot to a person and when you put somebody through a whole lot of bullshit, no one's going to see it the same way. It's not going to be taken the same way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like at some point you have to realize that when you do foul shit over and over again, that's all you're going to be seen to do is to do foul shit over and over again, whether you like it or not. And sometimes it may be hard and sometimes it may be unfair because at this point you're trying to change. But right now, that's the road that you took. Point blank. So they do the track listing and stuff like that. I forgot the names of the songs, child. But they pick out a certain track name for each couple. Then they go to their rooms. And every room in the house pretty much demonstrates how the relationship really is. Does Lil Mo make Karl feel like somebody? Karl doesn't feel like he's somebody when he's with Lil Mo. All he's ever been known as is Lil Mo's husband. So he feels like he doesn't have an identity of his own. He's a boxer. But nobody acknowledges him as a boxer. Nobody recognizes him as a boxer. They recognize him as Lil Mo's husband. And it has to be the hardest thing to be recognized as Lil Mo's husband. They got to be hard. You know what I mean? They got to be difficult to be recognized as Lil Mo's husband. Come on now. Is Nia really in the cage? I believe so. He can do whatever he want to do. He can live his best life all day. But Nia cannot do the same. And it's fucked up. It's nowhere near right. It's nowhere near fair. It's nowhere near equal at this point. So it's kind of like, what do you want her to do? He doesn't seem like he's understanding the concept. He doesn't think that he's doing anything wrong. And that's the problem that we have in this situation. What do you guys think? Let's leave your comments below. Let's have a healthy discussion about it. Let's not go back and forth and let's not be catty. Let's not bring up shit that ain't got nothing to do with the video. Let's not bring up some fucking Portia shit. Some shit that I said about Portia on a recent video. This ain't got nothing to do with her. Let's not bring up no shit I said about Amara. This ain't got nothing to do with her. We talking about marriage boot camp. Leave it below. And I'm out of here, you guys. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Follow me on all social media. It's at the very bottom. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.